Okay, now I'm gonna do a second fight. With hopefully someone different. I want everyone to keep in mind that I do love this game. Despite my my low skill level, okay? I want you to keep that in mind. Wow, it's another Yoshi. It's a different one though. Alright, so that's two fights. They both happen to be against Yoshi. I don't know. That's just luck of the draw, I guess. I don't know. I won one, I lost one. Alright, so regarding or disregarding skill in general, there are a few things that I did and that I didn't do. One of the things that I didn't do was use projectiles. Excess. Why would you not use projectiles? Simon and Richter are both known for using their projectiles, right? All three projectiles are very useful. And they each have a specific role that they play, right? Well, here's the thing about that too. What you have to understand is that if you are going to use your projectiles, you need to know how it affects your character. Sometimes it's not about what you throw out or when you throw it out. It doesn't matter about the CPU. I'm not gonna make it move. Just gonna show the projectiles. right? So he has B, standard, does a decent amount of damage, and it's pretty slow. You know, he lobs it, whatever. He also has side B, right? It's very useful. It's basically indestructible, as in like it goes through the enemy, it goes through other projectiles as well. It comes back. It's pretty good. Just, you know, let it do what it wants. But it does work like a boomerang. You also have the holy water. Holy water is what you would use at ledge. You could throw it off, or you could put it at ledge. Throw it, your opponent could grab it. If they grab it and then they let go, it hurts you as well, right? It's very useful. It traps them. It's like Ness's PK Fire, right? So, the thing about it is, those are Simon's, or those are the Belmont's projectiles. People usually do this online. This, that, and maybe that, right? Or maybe even this, that, and then this, okay? Or throw, ledge, or hit opponent off of ledge, right? Do that. But since I don't have CPU moving, it doesn't really matter, okay? Simon also has a good tethering. It's the only thing that basically saves him. Thing is, he can easily be gimped, as you've seen in my previous videos, or my previous fights rather, right? It's very useful though. You have to know the distance though. Usually, Simon can recover a great deal based on if he's within the camera's range. Notice how it didn't latch on, right? So you have to be a little close to it. Don't mind the hiccup. My computer is just old. But yeah, you have to be somewhat close to it. That's one of the reasons why I do this sometimes. Keep in mind, Simon can easily be gimped at all times, no matter what. His jump is really bad. His down air can help and hinder at all times, especially when using it at ledge, because if you use this on the ground, right? You actually, if someone hits you, and you get hit up in the air, he'll do this. And if that happens, then you'll end up doing this on accident, right? And it's hard to recover from that because, well, you have nothing to go off of, right? So, okay. XS, why did you explain all this? Here's my reasoning why. If anyone's has seen my channel and has seen me play this game, you have seen that I have shown that I have put 9,999 hours plus into this game. And so you would think, wow, XS, you must be really good at this game, right? No, that's not the case. What that really means is that I really enjoy the game. Regardless. Now, XS, why else would you say that? It's pretty obvious that if you played it for 9,999 hours that you would enjoy the game, but what's your point? What are you getting at? Okay, well, let's say here. Sometimes you have people who will judge you based on how you play a character. Whether or not you use certain moves or do odd things near ledge, knowing fully well that Belmonts are very easy to get and have a hard time recovering, right? All they have to do is get hit in the air and Simon will turn around, right? And then you'll get disoriented, may even miss the ledge, right? Okay. But here's the thing. Do I hate the game for that? I don't. There's a saying that people say, or used to say a long time ago. They would always say, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I don't know what that is supposed to refer to, but in this regard, you can hate the player. You 100% can hate the player. Do you know why? Because the player has control of the character. The player determines what they will do to an opponent. The player can show their skill in any way possible, but the player can also be a bully, right? Right? The player can most certainly be a bully if they feel like it. Especially if they spam, right? Spamming, when you're using an attack over and over, right? A lot of people see this as PK Fire from Ness all the time, right? Don't hate the player, hate the game though, right? Why? Why should you hate Simon or Ness based on what this particular player is doing, right? I just tossed that many times. Would you get annoyed by that? Because it's pretty clear that I would as well, right? You have control over what you do. Alright, Excess, we get it. You've told us about Simon. You showed us 2 matches. You won one, you lost one. For some reason you fought 2 Yoshis. Okay, yeah, whatever. But, Excess, you weren't using any projectiles. Why? Well, there's a weight to these, and I don't use them very well. Now, I want you to keep in mind what I said. I don't use them very well. So instead of focusing on that, even though it's very useful, right? I just do what I want, basically. I do what I want, and I try to make up for what I can, for what I can, right? This is what I do, basically. That's really it. It's nothing special. I'm nothing great. I've never gone to any tournaments. I would say that I am in between competitive and casual. I do play competitive mode. No items, you know, Battlefield, Final Destination, whatever. But I've never gone to tournaments. I'm not the sweatiest fighter in the world. And I'm not the most skilled either. But I still enjoy this game. I still love this game. If I could erase my hours and start anew, I'd cap it again. Because I enjoy this game. So, here's a tip I want to give. It does not matter who you play. And it does not matter how you play. Unless it may be seen as unsportsmanlike. There's always a message somewhere that a player is trying to give to someone, right? Sometimes it may say, oh, I want to 3-stock the player, my opponent. I want to show off my skills. I want to spike them every single time. Or I want to spam, annoy them enough to where they want to submit. That's the player's thoughts. But people say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Excess says, you can hate the player. Okay? The game is fine. No game is made perfect. People make do with the game. We may complain. But we still play it. Right? We do what we want. But all said and done, you can hate the player. It's okay. I know hate is a strong word. Like, you know. Don't go burning bridges and mountains and stuff just because of a video game. Right? There is something called toxicity. But, I mean, you can overcome it. Right? I know that Simon and Richter are easy to get. That has not stopped me from having Simon be my main, right? Because it goes to show that no matter who you use in the game, if you're skilled enough or if you just spam too much, people are gonna hate the way you play. They're gonna hate the way you play. Granted, they're also going to say, man, I hate playing Nest players. I hate fighting Nest because of PK Fire. Right? I hate fighting the Belmonts because of their range and their projectiles. They spam projectiles. That's what you always hear. They spam projectiles, right? Now, I didn't. And I'm not saying I'm skilled, because I'm not. But I did put a lot of hours in the game. Last thing I'm going to say. You do not have the right to tell anyone how they should play the game at all. You play the game the way you feel like, and you let the other player judge whether or not they want to play you again. It's up to you to know what the end goal of the game is, whether it be to win or to have fun. That is on your own terms. At any rate, I'm Xisky Navira, and maybe you'll catch me again. Matane.